Welcome to the Books, Beards, Booze podcast, where we talk books, drink booze, and have beards.
All right. As always, I am Bob of Tales by Bob.
I'm the Ask the Podcast, Derek.
I am creative consultant Tanya.
Are you hungry yet?
No.
Good.
Give it time.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're halfway.
Sleepy. I'm starting to sugar crash.
Knew it.
If only we had coffee.
Well, there was a negligible amount of coffee, I think, perhaps.
Yeah. The other day she was like,
Yeah, she was trying to convince us there was no fucking
she's like, oh, Bob, get a
coffee
frappuccino. I was like, I've never had coffee. I'm not going to start now. She said, oh, well, frappuccino's not coffee.
Well,
So I wikied it.
arguably more sugar.
Well,
and
yeah,
whipping cream.
when the way you describe it, you're like, give me all of the whipped cream, triple the chocolate you put in it, and then like all that.
Are
other
those judgy
I would
undertones?
rather
Because
just have a malt or a milkshake.
I don't know that I've ever. Oh, I have had milkshakes. Obviously,
I do
but
like
don't
a chocolate malt from Sonic.
Yo, they got this like Twix shake at Burger King that I keep eyeing.
Bet.
Oh.
One of these
Real
days.
talk. Don't waste your time on the garlic bread burger from Hardee's.
Did you get it
Really?
the second time?
I did. So
So you tried it the first time, and you're like, oh, this could be just a one-off, and it just didn't
Okay.
sit
Well,
right.
all right. Let's
and-
first off, we're so far off track already. It's ridiculous. But
That's what this episode is, Bob.
Bear with us.
No.
All right. So okay.
Just ride the lightning.
I got coupons. I got coupons in the mail.
Coupons.
And I've been getting coupons for years, but I've been living in the middle of nowhere where I can't use coupons. So
I mean, you could use coupons when you came to town. Okay. Cool.
I would just throw them away. Well, I have a roommate, and I was like, "Hey, Corey, do you use coupons?" He was like, "Yeah, I use coupons on occasion."
Coupons.
Coupons. And so, I was flipping through the coupons, and they had one for Hardee's. Had this big full page ad for a garlic bread thick burger. I was like, "Oh,
Theoretically,
fuck,
that sounds like
yes.
two of your favorite things.
Yeah, no. So I went Monday to get one, and they gave me what I have now learned was not a garlic bread burger. It was a Frisco burger. So
Well, they're okay.
yes, but it's not garlic bread.
Right. Yeah.
I went there specifically for garlic
Gotcha.
bread. So I went there today and I was like, hey, I want the garlic bread thick burger, but all I want on it is cheese and ketchup. And she's like, well, I think you'd be better off just getting the Frisco burger. I was like, okay, but I want the garlic bread. Like,
Right.
this is the whole reason I'm here. But I know that's what happened. The last person when I did that, oh, well, hell, he might as well, let me just ring him up a Frisco burger. They'll be better off. But he didn't ask me, so I wanted the Frisco
No,
burger.
what probably happened is he probably tried to help you out and ring you up on the Frisco,
Yeah.
but was still going to get you that, but forgot to mention it to the person that was making
so
it.
I told her, I was like, look, I don't care how we do this.
I want garlic bread,
I want
meat,
garlic
cheese,
bread, meat,
ketchup.
cheese, ketchup. Like that. However
It
we
takes
go
to
about
get to
this, I don't care. Just I really want to try this. And yeah, like I thought that's what I needed in my life.
No.
No.
I don't.
the-
my whole
the
thing is
spe-
like
the-
I like garlic bread, and I know how much you like garlic.
Yeah.
Do you like garlic bread with
I once made a.
with ketchup on it though?
Yeah, that was part of it. Like I was really iffy on getting the ketchup at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just wasn't great. I made a Spam
Ugh.
5 cheese garlic bread sandwich one time. It was like fried Spam in between 2 pieces of 5 cheese Pepperidge Farm
Loaf.
loaf.
That stuff is-
it
that-
was so good.
That's
Five
real
cheese-
good cheese.
Yeah.
5 cheese is the
That's
best.
that stuff that we had that time that Tanya took cook for us that we went shopping at the store. right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Pepperidge Farm 5 cheese is best. All right. Anyway, so now that we've already. All right. So we're
Now
halfway.
that you've
I just
got
wanna-
got a taste for what this episode
I
is
just
gonna
really
be.
want to clarify that I'm not the one who's hungry here, and y'all are going off about food.
Yeah. Well, it happens. All right.
I had
So
some real good
we're,
oatmeal.
We're halfway through
Yuck.
the year.
I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Good
knife
oatmeal?
hand chop you here in a second.
How do you? I figured you of all people would like oatmeal. That seems like a
it's just-
very you
No,
food.
no, the shredded wheat she was talking about.
Cream
that
of
seemed
wheat with
like, or whatever. Oh yeah, shredded wheat's actually good. My bad.
shredded wheat.
Cream of wheat.
Okay, cream
What-
of
This bitch.
What's the difference between
Okay.
cream of wheat and oatmeal?
one
That she's
is-
a northerner.
I was born here.
It's hard to tell.
No, cream of wheat is a
What-
southern
what,
thing.
What is what?
Eh.
Can we address what is cream of
One
wheat?
is oats, oatmeal, and cream of wheat is wheat.
So it's the same thing basically because oats and wheat are basically the same thing.
No, the consistency is completely
Let's
different.
just stop where this
Oatmeal
train
is
of-
more like flat, dried out flaps of stuff, and cream of wheat is like little tiny pebbles of stuff.
It's like caviar versus old lady vagina.
Can we just?
Derek.
I
Yikes.
like the books. The books are cool.
All right, so look. All right, so we're halfway through the year.
Caviar and old lady vagina.
You said dried out flaps.
Jesus
What the
Christ.
fuck is happening?
You said dried out flaps. It makes sense to me.
And that's where you
Oh
went?
my god.
Jeez.
All right, look. We're halfway through the year, as I've said like 8 times of it. I keep getting interrupted.
How far through the year are we?
We're halfway through the year.
Already?
20.
God, can you believe
This
it's
is-
already July? I just can't believe it.
This is 20. We're 26 weeks in, and this is the second episode. So we are halfway through the year. So we thought we'd take some time and kind of recap a little
This
bit.
podcast baby is viable at this point.
Well, we'd been around for like 9 months before that. So yes,
Not this version though.
Well, yeah. Season 3. Season 3 is now 6 months old. This
Yeah.
is episode 52.
Something.
Not counting, or 51, 26. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, 52. Yeah. This is episode 52, not counting bonus episodes and
Right.
shit like that. But yeah. So we just thought we'd talk about like what books we've really liked this year and what's
Can I
our
go
favorite.
first?
Yeah.
The best thing I read all year.
Don't say Jade City.
Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah. This is my favorite.
God.
This is my favorite. I loved it so much. I read it like 6 times. I
Oh,
watched
my-
the movie. I binged that movie every night.
Oh.
The second worst book
I've
I've
already
read this year.
I've already pre-bought my tickets to see the Ready Player 2.
Ugh. But yeah, that was the second worst book I've read all year.
Yeah. It was not enjoyable.
But yeah, so I just read what I think is now my favorite book of the year. I read it last night.
I feel like every other week you're like, oh my god, this is the best book I've read
No.
all year. And then 2 weeks later
What's the
you're
word
like,
I'm looking for? Recency bias.
Okay, but no, this one legitimately, I
No, but this recency bias is legit.
But
no. All right, so here's the thing. Here's why this book is so amazing.
Okay.
It took my 2
oh,
Badgers
most
and noble families.
hated. No,
Oh.
it took my 2 most hated tropes.
Okay, let me
Two-
guess.
Yeah.
Time travel
Yes.
and oh shit, I don't know what else you hate. People that resist their fate.
No.
No.
Although there is a little bit of that, just a nudge of that, but no, it's time travel and people pretending to be someone that they're not,
Right. But I thought you didn't actually hate that. It just stressed you out.
which is not. Does anyone like to be stressed out? No.
Clearly.
arguably that's why we keep some of the jobs that we keep.
Yeah, I was about to say. Apparently, I do.
All right, so
I hang
it
out
took-
with you fuckers.
Oh,
It
my
took my
word.
2 most hated tropes, merged them together, and
Made you like it.
Oh my god, it's amazing! It's the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle.
By whom?
It's a pretty solid
Well, I don't
name.
fucking know.
Yikes.
This fucking
By
guy.
some look at the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn. You're going to remember that before you remember some jackoff's name.
Jesus.
And this is an author.
This
We're gonna go like,
person
I don't know
poured
who the
over
fuck
this.
wrote that Marsh book, but Marsh books are great. Fuck who the name
Yes,
of the
just
author
go buy.
guy.
Yeah, fuck the name. When you buy the book, you'll figure out the name.
Bob McGough.
They,
guess.
Yeah, they're going to say it wrong anyway. They're going to say it wrong anyway. Yeah, say it very, very Hebrew-esque.
McGough.
with the phlegm.
With it, yeah. Okay. So it's a murder mystery. The premise is Evelyn Hardcastle dies every day at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And for 8 days, the main character, Aiden,
Time loop to figure it out.
takes control of a different person and goes through the day trying to figure out who murdered her. But so he controls a different person for each of the 8 days, but really they're all one day. So he encounters himself and he can
Ooh.
like give messages to himself and stuff like that, and like leave notes for one person, leave a note for another person to find, and just it's
Layers and layers.
oh my, this book is so complicated. Like I was sitting there, like the thing that was stressing me out reading it was like, oh my god, the author, how complicated was this to write?
Yeah.
Like fuck, so complicated, but so good, so good, so good.
Well, I regret now not having picked that up when it was on Kindle sale.
Yeah,
I
you
have
should have.
regrets.
Yeah, you should have.
Well, I'll wait
Until
Or
it
I'll
pops.
keep buying stuff on Amazon and getting my no rush shipping credits.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a tip for those out there. If you have an Amazon account, buy stuff. If you don't need it in a hurry, don't get the Prime shipping, and they will give you like $1 credit for a digital product, and they stack. So you can
Yep.
just build up a stack of dollars to buy digital books with.
But I like to have my books immediately.
That's fair.
But what I forgot to do, I forgot to do this, that you can place an order and then turn around and place another order and then turn around and place another order instead of ordering 3 things in one thing to get
Yeah.
$1 credit. You can just order, get your dollar credit, order, get your dollar credit, and
You
they'll
can't-
still
I just feel
typically
guilty doing that, though.
Amazon is a mammoth. They'll
It
be
is.
fine.
Probably, but if everyone did that,
Then they would stop doing the thing.
Well,
Probably.
Bob, don't worry.
Probably.
I will continue to use Prime so that you can do that.
fair.
Great. Thanks, Derek.
So what's something that you've read, Trizzle, that you really enjoyed this year?
I really enjoyed The Martian
Oh,
by
yeah.
Andy Weir.
Isn't it weird?
I think it's weird.
It's Weir. In German, you pronounce the last.
He's not German.
Well, I'm just saying, if it's a Germanic pronunciation,
He's not German, though.
It
It's
might
Andy,
have
it's
been.
Andy Weir.
For some reason, I thought I heard it. I could
It's
be
weird.
wrong.
It's
I'm
weird.
not messing with you.
whatever.
I wasn't trying to mess with you. I was like, genuinely, I thought it was.
At least I tried to have the guy's name,
Well,
unlike some people.
Hey.
hey, I look up the
You
pronunciation.
do. Okay. But yeah, this book surprised me because this was one of like my first kind of sci-fi books, and I was kind of scared that it was going to be it had the potential to be a much harder sci-fi novel than it was. It was super enjoyable. Really liked it. And I had seen the movie a while ago, but I don't have a memory for those kind of things. I'm just vaguely aware that it's on Mars and it had Matt Damon.
I did.
But yeah,
Stuart Turton.
Oh, for your Hardcastle lady?
Yeah, The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Stuart Turton.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, that was a book that I really enjoyed this year. I know I snapped the two of you very frequently,
Yeah.
like, oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, I do really want
like
to read
this
that.
thing.
Well, I have it in print that you could borrow if you felt so inclined.
I might. Derek,
Um,
what is something that you read that you really liked this year?
here's the thing.
Other than Ready Player One.
Yeah, other than, clearly book of the year. So, first of all, I reread the first Deathstalker, and that was
Yeah.
just a lot of fun because
Yeah.
I liked it before. It's just a simple, dumb
Space
fun.
opera.
Space opera, good stuff. Also, I got to read the new Raymond E. Feist book, which was
Okay, yeah.
I liked it a lot,
The
but
flame
again,
and the
it just
ashes of something.
The King of the Ashes, the
King of
Fire
Ashes, King of Ashes, yeah.
Okay. yeah.
But
the flame broiled flame broiled Burger King.
Matchlight.
I'll kill all of you.
Matchlight.
But-
King of the Matchlight.
No, so I thought it was good. I was just excited to read Raymond E. Feist again.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. But like I think I mentioned it on the show when I was reading it originally. It wasn't long enough, or things didn't happen fast enough, or there's
Well, there's
something
going to
about
be
it.
more books coming.
Right. So like I enjoyed it, but not as much as I would have enjoyed it. It read like a long, in-depth, good prologue.
Here's a question for you: would you recommend Magician
Yes,
as
I do all the time.
as a standalone?
I don't know why you would stop at it, but yeah.
I saw someone
Magician as a
the two
parts of- yeah.
put it together.
it's fantastic. Yeah.
I saw someone was asking for recommendations for good standalone fantasy, and someone was like, "Look, it's part of a series, but really you can read Magician
And get
standalone.
everything you need out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought
Oh
that
yes, because in a lot of ways it kind of does stand alone because like after that, Pug's not the main character anymore.
yeah.
I mean he's a main character,
Right.
But a lot of it's
I-
about Arutha and then his family after that. So-
Yeah, I think that's kind of why they recommended it.
and it's just fucking good. I also read. I didn't like super love Neuromancer,
Yeah,
but I was kind of I was into it. Like it was.
you liked the idea of it more than the execution of it.
Yeah, and,
Okay.
I enjoyed going for the.
Yeah.
It's
Another book I really enjoyed, was The Forgotten Beasts of Eld by Patricia A. McKillop. Standalone, which that's really what I'm about these days. I'm all about them standalones. That said, I did just read the Inheritance trilogy by N.K. Jemisin because it cropped up on sale and she's real good. And I was like, oh, here's an entire trilogy. I can read it in an omnibus. It was good. But
did you count it as 3 books on your Goodreads, or did you just do it as one because it was an omnibus?
Goodreads logged it as one. I'm going to go back
break
in.
That shit apart.
I'm going to go back in and break that shit up, though.
Yeah, yeah.
No, Forgotten Beasts of Eld. I like stuff that reads like fairy tales, and this has very poetic prose. It has a very fairy tale-esque feel to it. Just really, really beautiful book. Fairly quick read. Just good. Just a good, solid book. Especially if you're looking for standalones. It cropped up on sale, and I had been hearing, like, anytime someone posts on Reddit, like, oh, hey, here, give me standalone book recommendations, I always check those out, and I'd seen that recommended a few times. So when it cropped up on sale, I was like, done.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Trizzle.
Stardust by Neil Gaiman.
I've read that. It's pretty good.
Super enjoyable. I also read Neverwhere, but I think I liked Stardust much better. Neverwhere was good, but I enjoyed Stardust much more. And yeah, it was one of my first Gaiman books.
Yeah.
And really enjoyed it. But I also liked that short story of his that we did last year. Truth is a Cave.
That
in Black
really bad
Mountains.
one? Yeah.
With the run fast guy?
Awful one.
Yeah.
The run fast.
Yeah.
That's, of all the things to take away.
I don't really remember much more than the guy runs fast.
Yeah.
You're accurate.
That's
and then there was a cave and some people died, but run fast.
What else is there?
Naruto run.
Wow. I finally read House of Leaves.
How was that?
Complicated.
Yeah.
Recommendable or nah?
To the right person, I would recommend it. I would not recommend it to you, Tanya.
Yeah.
Maybe Derek.
I'd have to be in the mood for it. I feel like I'd get a lot out of it, and I would appreciate it.
I think the academic side of it would appeal to you.
Yeah, but God, it would be a.
But it was not what I expected, and it did. Like everyone was talking, it's like the scariest book ever. Da da da, and it did have early parts of that book had some moments, just supremely unsettling moments. That I had some weird stuff happen around that time. But so finally read that, but that was more just like I had been promising to myself when I read my 52 books for the year that is going to be my reward, is to read that.
Okay, so before we go any further, the whole point of this is me drinking more whiskey.
Yeah.
And us getting sidetracked.
Right.
So let's sidetrack us. What weird things happened to you while you're reading this book, Bob?
Okay, the main thing that happened...
Tell us stories.
So I was at work, and when you read House of Leaves, here's the premise. This family buys a house, and for 4 reasons, they measure the inside of the house, and the inside of the house is bigger than the outside of the house. Like when they measure, like the interior wall, it's like 187 inches, but if you measure the exterior wall, it's 185 inches. So and that's impossible. That is there's no possible way that the inside can be larger than the outside. It's just impossible. And so they start investigating more and more. Well, anyway, so kind of the framing narrative of this is this family that bought this house is the subject of a documentary, and the book is this crazy guy writing an entire book examining this documentary that never existed. And this other guy has acquired all this guy's notes and is going through trying to put them together, knowing that this crazy guy is writing a whole academic book on a movie that never existed, but has incredibly in-depth notes and footnotes and yada, yada, yada. Well, for reasons unknown, Zampaio is the crazy guy. He, at some point in writing the book, he goes through and removes every reference to the Minotaur. That he had, at one point, had tried to like work in the Minotaur as like part of the academic stuff of it. And so every reference to the Minotaur is in red ink and scratched out. Don't know why. I still don't know why. Anyway, but there's a reference to the Minotaur, and then there's, when they go into this house, they go to these weird spaces in the house, and in the distance they hear a roar that they kind of start calling the Minotaur. Well, I was going into the bathroom at work one night, like the door is shutting, and I hear in like the distance, I hear like a roar. Like,
You know what it was, right?
well,
I'm not going to ruin it.
well, I mean, it's clearly the Minotaur, but it sounded exactly like what I imagined that sound in the book. Like, and haven't heard it at work before or since. Just this one time, heard this weird roar going into the ladies' bathroom because it was after 9 o'clock and all the ladies had gone home.
Okay, I was only kind of kidding, but now I definitely know what it was.
It wasn't them shaking the drink machines.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
was when our shitty ass fucking air conditioner unit kicks.
Oh. No, I don't think so.
It was a Minotaur.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
Minotaur.
Yeah.
100% confirmed.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it was just very creepy. It was late at night. I was like the only person in my part of the warehouse, and I'm going into this dark bathroom, and I hear a roar. Roar. Roar.
Yikes.
So
Yikes.
yeah. Roar.
Aw.
So
Just dab, you'll feel better.
yeah.
I miss his stupid fat face.
No.
My cat died. That-
Jeez.
Well, I said all those things really out of context.
Yeah.
So there's the context. That's real quick.
The Spirit Thief series, Spirit books by Rachel Aaron, the Eli Mon Press books is what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are fucking hilarious, fun. Everyone should check them out. If you like heisty stuff, it's this crazy go nuts spirit wizard dude doing heists. His whole goal is to become the guy with the biggest bounty in the world.
So he wants to become the Pirate King?
Yes.
Fair.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed The Dispatcher, John Scalzi,
Oh,
the
that was
audio
so
short.
good.
That short story led me to his Twitter, and his Twitter's my fucking favorite. Like, I love John Scalzi's Twitter so much.
It's pretty shit, actually, but, you know.
Well, it just depends on what kind of flavor you like. But, like, he posts up some of, like, ridiculous
He's
things.
apparently like an incredible blogger too. Like his blog has won awards.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so-
But yeah, that Audible original was honestly the best one, best
Oh, yeah,
Audible original.
far and away the best Audible original.
Oh, yeah, for
some of those
sure.
Audible originals I've done have been
Garbage.
real shit.
Like, not even worth the hour it takes to
Yeah.
listen to it.
Random Esther Ryan is listening to the Aliens
Yeah.
one. He got it.
I got it.
He
I
said
haven't listened
it's.
to it yet.
He said it like because it's got like two of the big names from the series in there, and he's like they do a good job, but then some of the other voice actors they got are just real flat. So he's like it's kind of hit and miss at times, but I'm still gonna check it out. The audiobook I'm listening to right now is Plumbus Seg.
Oh, that plumber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fantasy novel about an organization of female plumbers. So she's a plummus,
Yeah.
and where I'm at in the book is she's leaving her orphanage. She has been decreed a plummus, and it's her job to go out into the world, and like
Plunge that shit.
yeah, basically like her symbol is a plunger. Like she carries a plunger around like a mace.
I love it.
Like
Oops.
it's the dumbest premise, but is being executed really well so far. Like the only moment where it kind of took me out of it was she's like having to give like an oath when she's going out. It's like, you know, it's your job to go into the desert and convert it into an oasis. If a man tells you he is thirsty, will you turn the valve? And it's like, I will turn the valve. And so there's like, if, you know, it's your job to go into the mire and drain it, you know. And so if a man needs to defecate, will you turn the valve? I will turn the valve. It's like, okay, I was with you on the first half. The second half of that oath is a little...
Hey, man.
I mean,
but
it's
when
fair.
do you call a plumber more? Yeah, you got a leak, but most of the time it's like, hey man, my shit won't flush. Literally.
Shitter's clogged.
Merry Christmas.
Shitter's clogged. National Lampoon. Oh, the National Lampoon movie.
Jelly of the Month Club. Oh god, I love that movie so much. Derek, did you read Jade City this year? I read Jade City this year. Did you read Jade City
read it
last year?
You read it
Yeah,
Last year?
But I read it again. It was
Yeah.
better the second time.
I read it this year. It was enjoyable.
Jade War comes out this month.
Well, July?
Yeah, I thought it was
I keep
July.
thinking
Yeah.
it's August.
I think so.
No, it was.
I think I keep
I think
saying
we-
August.
It's
and
like
you keep
exactly a
correcting me.
month from like last week or some shit
Okay,
like that. I don't
well.
know. I follow and enjoy Fonda Lee on.
You view
Twitter.
her Twitter fondly?
I wonder how much she had that pun growing up and how bitter she is about it.
Probably very.
I would be not very fondly of people who would make puns of my name.
Weird aside.
So we need to start punning her name.
If you're ever on the
I challenge you.
Tanya, Renee. Oh, that's a challenge to pun that. Oh, game on.
Bob, let's do this.
Yeah.
She's so basic and white. She likes
Starbucks a lot.
pumpkin
Yikes.
spice lattes.
Oh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but no. But now I think I've made a tragic error.
You Tanya Lee did.
No. I take it back.
Just walk away, Renee.
Oh no! Walk Renee right now.
I also enjoyed Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. That was a book I
Give it
read
Renee.
this
Give
year.
it Renee now.
God damn it. I fucked up. I fucked up so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Mistborn's okay.
Yeah. I have not read the other two.
He's
I
a
read
good
the
author.
first one.
He's an interesting guy to read about or to
Yeah.
read his work.
Well, I really liked Warbreaker. I like his
Yeah.
style of writing.
You should read Elantris. I have Elantris in paperback.
I know you really don't like the rest of the Mistborn series because it makes you sad sack, but
No, it doesn't make me
It doesn't
sad.
make him sad.
No,
It's different. It's
yeah, 'cause I
different.
don't give a fuck about these people. It's just such a
well,
depressing.
no one does.
It's such a depressing,
that's why they're-
depressingly bleak. Bleak.
I like
I really
Sazed.
I really want to read the Mistborn
The
era,
Alloys of Law
era,
or
era
whatever it
2.
is.
Yeah, Mistborn era 2 is like Western. It's my understanding. Like take like the whole
like Wild Wild West Pew Pew Cowboys Western.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I don't know if it's quite that degree, or if it's more just like 1910s kind of deal. But yeah, I'm with it.
Questionable at best.
The Wax and Wayne series, which is a cool name.
So, you and I both had, Bob, we both had,
Yeah. Okay.
oof. Let's restart that.
Yeah.
You and I both decided to read 52 books this
Yeah.
year.
I finished in April.
Where are you now? Are you still keeping count?
Goodreads is, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm at like 60. I'm probably like because I haven't been logging my audiobooks in a while. Since I hit 52, I haven't logged audiobooks.
Yeah.
I'm probably like 65 or so.
Okay. Well,
63 to 65.
that makes sense because you were kind of running double to me the whole time. You have more read time and I read slower than you.
Yeah.
But I'm at 31.
Well,
of
it's tiny
52.
girl. It's your tiny girl brain. You can't help it.
And the fact that you guys remember about the same amount.
Savage.
You know, Bob doesn't really have a good memory, but it's better than mine. I could be like, he runs fast. That's what I can tell you about that one short story.
Yeah, but
Derek.
see, my thing is I
Runs
like
fast.
to mess with Bob about how
Yeah.
he doesn't remember all the things. So in my,
I remember none of the
So
things.
to me, he is the that character run fast.
You know how I was like, hey, The Martian's like my favorite book I read this
Couldn't
year.
tell you.
It was about Mars and it had Matt Damon on it.
God.
Ta-da!
Oh man.
That's why I want to read these books so that we can do episodes, but I need to time that very well because otherwise it's going to be like, all right, Tanya, we finished Jade City. You finished 3 months ago. Let's do the episode. I don't know. It was a good book, I guess.
I read The Narrows this year, which is.
I read The Narrows. I enjoyed it.
Derek.
I'm reading the narrative.
You need to finish before all of this gets sucked away into
I'm
the
aware,
Underdark.
but like,
Derek. What are you doing tonight? Reading The Narrows.
no. drinking the rest of this.
Shameful.
That's a lie. I ain't drinking it.
Narrows is real good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was horror without being horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
It's
selling.
horror in the only loosest sense.
You could remove every horror element of that book and it'd still be a really good book.
Yeah. Horror is just something that's kind of happening to the side while other things are happening.
Horror is kind of what moves the plot forward.
Yeah.
But if you took that out, it would just be a slice of
It's
life.
about the people.
It really
Derek.
is.
And friendships.
Yeah.
And growing older.
You like characters. It's all about character development and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I've read about a fifth of it and don't like any of the characters.
Well, one of them is kind of insufferable, but it'd be like that sometimes.
Well, I'm
There's three of us in this room. There's three characters in that book.
And I
One
don't-
of one of us is insufferable.
Two.
Not it. No.
I mean,
All
It's
right.
me.
Well, yeah. So,
just depends what kind of
Spoiler
insufferable.
alert. It's me.
yeah. So halfway through the year, I want to hear. Hit us up. Shoot us an email. Comment on our social
Best
media.
thing you've read this year.
Yeah, I
What
want to
should
know what the
I
best.
have 21 more slots left for the year. What should I read?
Um,
Listener, not you guys to give me. You both have inundated me with.
read faster.
Yeah, well,
Um,
no, it's not our fault that I keep suggesting things, and you're like, I'm going to read all these other things. These
Okay,
aren't good. And then you read what I say, and you're like, this is amazing.
But Derek, did you not see my snap where I went thrift shopping and
Oh,
decided
yes.
to pick up
Yes.
half of the Wheel of Time that was available at
Yes.
one place?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
You should be able to get the rest of those. Wheel of Time.
Oh
pops
yeah,
up
because
pretty
everyone's getting
regularly.
rid of them.
Yeah.
Or those
Because
people are dying.
Because
Well,
there's
anyway.
been 80 million of them sold.
Well,
I
good-
only want to get
not good.
paperbacks because I'm not carrying around
Yeah.
like a 3-pound hardback book.
we,
That's
I still
excessive.
think us as a podcast should read Magician by the end of the
I
year.
have half of one of those because you referenced Magician as a 2-part book.
Yeah.
It is.
I have
Apprentice.
one of those halves.
Apprentice or Master.
I don't know. Apprentice? Question mark.
That's why I said Apprentice or Master.
I don't know. It's apprentice.
Yeah, there wasn't a question mark at the end. I was
A Prince Dice.
specifying. That's Prince Dice.
God, what have I done?
Dice, baby.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Like,
God.
okay.
Would you like a nice
God.
glass of Dice tea?
Not from McDonald's. She says it's too sweet.
Not like me though.
No. You
Bitter.
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 You bitter.
Bit.
Bitter, baby.
Yikes.
All right.
Okay, so as you go forward throughout your week, and
Oh, you're doing this? Are we
What,
done?
what is this?
This bitch ended the
I'm
episode.
fucking done.
Wow.
She done.
Well, no, do it. If you
Go
bad,
ahead.
do it.
You bad.
as you go forward through your week, stop looking at me, making me feel
Bob,
uncomfortable.
Bob, she's going renegade. Nailed it.
I hope you got better friends than me. And I hope you don't make tragic mistakes.
They don't get better than us.
You're right. I hope you're surrounded by great friends who make fun of your name forever.
You challenged
And may the
us.
blessing of all the beards be upon you.
We out.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Books, Beards, Booze. Our co-hosts are Bob, Derek, and Tanya. Our producer is Bob. For more information, visit our website, booksbeardsbooze.com. Follow our social media at Tales by Bob. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.